This is Larry Henares, making your day with part 9 of a book I wrote on the destiny of the Filipino people. Subject: the history of the Jewish race. I said, you who call yourself the last Filipino, let me tell you the story of the Jewish race. For 2,000 years, they were the wandering Jews, a people without country, uprooted and tempest-tossed. They became British Jews, Polish Jews, Italian Jews, Arab Jews, and every other kind of a Jew except a Jewish Jew. No matter where they went, they were shunned and rejected, even by those to whom they desperately offered their allegiance. They became like us Filipinos, isolated individuals bounded by birth and death, afloat in a sea of nothingness, hanging on to every miserable piece of wreckage as if it were the tree of life. As a result, the Jews were driven to desperate self-seeking, and vicious, greedy, selfish, miserly people as the rest of the world pictured them, as Shakespeare's Shylock demanding his pound of flesh, as Charles Dickens' Fagin in Oliver Twist teaching little children how to cheat and lie and steal. Judeo meant selfish. You Jewed me down meant you cheated me. The Jews were even called Christ killers. Killers of Christ, who was a Jew. All the tyrants in the world, from the time of the Romans to the time of the Spanish Inquisition to the time of Hitler's final solution, vented their fury against the Jews. But except for one glorious occasion at Masada, there were few instances that the Jews were known to fight back. During World War II, 6 million of them were massacred, and they did not even have an organized resistance. When a Jew saw another Jew being killed, he said, "His life is his own concern. Why should I risk my life to fight for his?" Even when he was being herded into the ovens of Dachau and Buchenwald, he did not resist. "My life is all I have. To fight now means to die sooner. Therefore, I must cling to every minute, to every second of my miserable life till the very instant of oblivion." More about this after these messages. This is Larry Henares, making your day with part 9 of a book I wrote on the destiny of the Filipino people. Subject: the history of the Jewish race. My dear friends, after the war, World War II, when the British sought to exclude 600,000 Jews from Palestine, they had no reason to think the task would be difficult. For did not Hitler easily take care of 6 million Jews in wartime Europe? What chance had 600,000 Jews against the whole of the British Empire, mistress of all the seas and lords of lands upon which the sun never set? What chance had 600,000 Jews against 60 million Arabs, all surrounding them intent on their extermination? But the British and the Arabs forgot one thing. The wandering Jews of Europe were isolated individuals without a sense of nationhood. But the Jews that found themselves in Palestine were no longer isolated individuals. They were an ancient people come home to an ancient land, trying to revive the shattered dreams of 2,000 wandering years. They were part of something outside of themselves, greater than themselves. They were God's chosen people who started life with Genesis and will continue on to live till Judgment Day. They were an eternal race whose existence is bounded not by the birth and death of the single individual, but by the beginning and the end of time. Every Jew in Palestine said, I do not merely belong to myself. I belong to all the Jews that died in the past. I belong to all the Jews that are to be born in the future. Therefore, the present time to me is a time for self-sacrifice and united action, the time to build, to labor, to dream if I will, the time to fight, to bleed, to die if I must, in order to link a glorious past with an equally glorious future. And the Jews in Palestine, with their renewed sense of nationalism, beat the British and beat the Arabs again and again and again, and proceeded to build a garden nation out of the sands of the desert. More tomorrow, my dear friends. This is Arenados, making your day, saying good day, God bless you. Thank you very much for being with us. Till next time, hasta la bye-bye.